thanks for joining me for this tutorial. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to add some basic content to your website. I'm just going to open the HTML file from the last tutorial with the required content for the start of the file. After you have your code set up with the required tags, like this, we can start to add content to the website. To start off, you can add a header to the page. The header tag encloses the title for the page. To add the header tags, just type this. In between the two tags, you can put the title you want. For example, you can put Hello World as the title. Now, we can open this in a web browser and see what it looks like. Right now, it doesn't look like a title as it's really small because it hasn't been styled with CSS. You can learn more on that in the next tutorial. Moving on, you can also add paragraphs to your website. To do this, you can use the paragraph tags, which look like this. In between these two tags, you can add the content for the paragraphs. For example, I could type Hello World again, and that would be the paragraph for the site. To see this change appear in the web browser, I need to save this file so that this blue dot disappears. As you can see, this was our header from before, and now we have the paragraph content here as well. As I mentioned before, we'll learn how to style this better so it looks more aesthetically pleasing with CSS. If you want to add headings under your header, you can use 6 different heading tags. They range from H1 to H6, with H1 being the biggest and H6 being the smallest. As you can see, I have an example of both here, and I'll show you what this looks like in the web browser. H1 shows up way bigger, and H6 is way smaller down here. You can also use H2, H3, H4, and H5 if you need a heading size in between these two. Just a pro tip, if you don't have any text to input yet and want to design the website first, you can use placeholder text. There are multiple variations of lorem ipsum online, and you can just place those in between the tags that you want to enclose text. For example, I'll show you how to do that right now. This website is called Meet the Ipsums, and it has a variety of lorem ipsum text, which is placeholder text. You can just click any of these buttons at the bottom once you choose which text you want to use, and then copy it and paste it in your code. I'm just going to paste it in the paragraph tag so you'll see what it looks like. As you can see, the placeholder text shows up here, and that way you don't have to plan out your text before you start designing the website. Moving on, you can also add images using the image tag. An image tag looks like this. As I mentioned in a previous tutorial, this is what an image tag looks like. The source attribute tells the computer where to find the image, and the alternate text section tells the computer what to display if the image doesn't load. So I'll show you what this looks like in the browser right now. This image is really big, and it hasn't been made smaller using CSS, which it can be, but I'll be showing you that in a later tutorial. Next, you can also add links to your website. This can be done using the anchor tag that looks like this. For example, I added the link to Google in between quotations, after the href equals sign. This part tells the computer what website to link to, and this part shows the computer what text to display on the website. I'll show you this in the browser. Right here at the bottom, you can see the Google link. I'll just click on it to show you that it works. As you can see, Google appears. However, it appeared in the same tab as your website. You can also make the link open in another tab. I'll show you how to do that right now. By adding target equals blank, the link will open in another tab. I'm just going to click on Google right now, so you can see it opens in another tab. As you can see, this is where our website was, and now Google is open in this tab. That's all for today's tutorial. And the next tutorial, you'll be learning how to make your website more aesthetically pleasing using CSS. Thanks again for joining me for this tutorial, and check out the next tutorial to learn more.